Hello people, this is Cameron with the iRun with Scissors HD channel, and today I've got a game of Smite. Now, this is me talking over a game that I played. Oh, what's that? Okay, there we go. That was the game. This is me talking over a game I played today. I have a new microphone, so I figured I'd try it out. I got a blue snowball. Now, Smite, in case you don't know, is an MOBA or MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena, similar to games like LoL or Dota 2, but it is played from a third-person perspective, and it's very action-y. So just kind of my background, because this is the first video I'm doing. I have not really played many MOBAs. I think I've played one game of Dota 2 in my life, and a couple games of LoL, but I suck at it. So I kind of picked this game up. I was interested in it. It looked really cool. Kind of the draw for me with this game was that all the characters are gods or mythological creatures from different mythologies and religions through history. So it's kind of, as you can see, you're running around in third person, and it's very action packed. I got really hooked on it. I am a beginner though to MOBAs, so I don't know if you saw it, but I have my auto level skills and auto level loot turned on because I'm just trying to learn characters. And this game type we're playing today is Assault, and Assault is 5v5 single lane, with minions, 2 towers, a phoenix, and the god at the end. So, and it's all random gods. You also cannot access the base. You have to die in order to go to the store. So, since it is random gods, and I did like this game, I tried it for a couple hours, so I unlocked all the gods for $30 while they had a special going on. So this is kind of, Assault is kind of my favorite thing to do right now, because I'm very new to the game, and it's just kind of helping me learn all the different characters and what to do with them. So sorry if I'm not talking too much about the game in this intro. I just kind of wanted to give my background on everything right now. But as you can see, I'm playing as Nemesis, who I actually have played as before, so I kind of know her skill set. Although I am not, she's kind of a weird character to try and master. She's got a double sprint, which is really nice, but unfortunately, as you'll see in a second, I kind of misuse it. I didn't know the sprints had to be consecutive. I thought I could run in, use that blade attack she's got, to do some damage and dash out, but unfortunately the dash works 2 in a row. I think I make that mistake twice, but I start kind of getting the hang of it. So I'll just talk about the game a little more now. Nemesis, as you can see, I popped a bubble there. That bubble is actually a very, very useful skill if timed right. It's only a 1-second damage absorbing bubble. You see there, I kind of use my opportunistic skills to pop raw, but to gank raw. I'm getting into the terminology and everything, but she has that bubble. It comes up for about a second, and it's not very long, but any damage that hits you to a certain amount is reflected back to the user, and you absorb some of it as health. So the kind of strategy I like to use, or that I kind of was looking at here, and as you see, I probably should have chased that Scylla just down to just a sliver of health. I probably could have gotten it, and I was on full health. So, hindsight's 20/20. But I lost my train of thought. Oh, right. So my kind of strategy I like to use for Nemesis is to keep that one that dashing ability. I like to keep that to either escape or chase down when people are low. And I just like to get in and initiate with that big the big blade attack. I can't recall the name right now because it has a slow in that little red cone in the middle. So I like to use that to slow, get in there, get a couple basic attacks in, and then and just kind of try and get people down like that, wait for an opportunity to gank somebody when they're low on health, and then if I see an ulti being popped or a big attack, like, you'll see me do it a few times to Raw, and here I try and get out with my dash. I do it a few times to Raw, where he'll send one of those lights at me, and since it's kind of easy to see it coming, or his ulti where he charges up, since it's kind of easy to see that stuff coming, I was using it on him, and it's actually pretty effective. You throw a ton of damage back, and it heals you. Now this Scylla right here jumps right into our base, and I foolishly run back to her instead of just kind of going back behind the tower. A few things I've noticed with this game. I am very new, and I know you could tell I'm probably just a big noob. Also, I've cut out all my deaths, so when you see the video kind of skip, that's me just cutting everything out. So I will admit, I am kind of a noob. I literally just started seriously playing this game a couple days ago. So I'm just kind of, see, I missed the bubble there, but her ultimate actually does a pretty decent amount of damage near the end of the game, as you'll see, and it steals, it kind of debuffs your opponent and then buffs you up, so that's nice. But that Raw, you see he sends that beam of light out, and it's a pretty high damaging attack, but I can see it coming, and I throw it back at him a couple times. So I did use the auto level on my items for Nemesis, and that was kind of a mistake, because for some reason the auto level was kind of putting it as more of a bruiser build, as you might be able to see, well, at least later in the game. It was giving me a bunch of shield items that, you know, that some of them would give me, like, I think it's the shifter shield would give you a pretty good amount of physical and magical power, but you know, I wasn't going full damage, so, you know, if I would have been speccing myself, I would have probably just gone with a crit build, because Nemesis can lay out some pretty mean damage. So even though see, that arc is really good, and I thought I could get that boulder, but I barely missed it. You'll see a couple times that ability saves me really well. Also, that Hell that we have on our team, the goddess Hell, you'll see her. She does a really good job of keeping our team kind of alive, keeping us sustained in the fight. So just a couple things, I mean, that I've noticed, that even though, you know, I'm not a pro player, I've noticed a couple things that are kind of, I guess you could say, tips. They might be pretty common knowledge, but, well, you know, I like to just do it out anyway, in case maybe I'm not the one. And there you see, that was a misplay by me. I'll get back to the tips and tricks in a second, folks. But that was a misplay by me. I forgot Kali's ulti. She popped it. It does not allow her to drop below 1 health. So everybody was slamming on her, not knowing that she had health. Here we go. I'm trying to chase down this Raw. Hit it. Get him. That dash ability is really good for closing gaps. It's near instant, and it gets you really far distances to chase down that Raw from pretty far away. But anyway, a couple tips. Flow, I mean, I don't know how else to explain it, but it's just kind of, the word I would use to describe it is flow is very important in this game, as far as pushing lanes and stuff. I know I haven't really tried Conquest a little bit, or too much, because that seems like a pretty high level of strategy, so I like to use this just to practice new characters and kind of work on lane pushing and stuff. But, the flow of battle, as far as the beginning of the game, where, you know, you're trying to clear minion waves so that they can push ahead, and then the spawn system, while the spawns are kind of long, it makes it interesting, because if you take down, even if you're pushed back to your own base, you take down 3 or 4 of the enemy team, they have a long respawn and then a trek across the entire map. So that really, you know, they have time. You'll see later in the game we make it all the way to their god, and then at the very or their Titan, sorry. We make it all the way to their Titan, and then they push us back to our Phoenix, or our, I can't remember if it's our Phoenix or our middle tower, but that's just kind of what I mean by flow. As far as you can't just keep pushing ahead and pushing ahead. You kind of have to wait for minions, because those towers do tons of damage, and unless you got minions there to take a bunch of the hits for your team, you know, you'll get wrecked. But anyway, you see me here pop the shield, take that raw beam of light. Unfortunately, I do get kind of gang raped by their team. I pushed a little bit too far forward while my team was falling back. And unfortunately, I got surrounded by him, and then Thor finished me off with the spinny hammer move. I think that's actually the name for it, is spinny hammer move. But anyway, see, this is what I'm talking about. We're pushed back. After I spawn, I get out, and we're pushed immediately back to our own base. I bubble on top of Scylla. I try to get the Scylla to pop her area of effect on me, but it doesn't quite work out for me anyway. So we're kind of brawling here, focusing down Thor. I get the nice kill on that one. Scylla misses her ulti. Ra, unfortunately, I didn't. I bubble here, kind of expecting an ulti from Ra, but didn't get it. At this point, I think we're trying to chase down a couple guys. I don't quite get Ra, but Kali we can definitely get a hold of, I think. I'm not sure if we actually catch her. Let's see, do we? Yes. Hell catches her. So we're chasing after this Ra. I think I can get some nice damage on him. Again, I think Nemesis's biggest strength is just her mobility, and kind of she's kind of surprising in her abilities. I mean, she's got one ability where if you hit her with something really big, she just hits you back for damage and then heals herself, which is, you know, a pretty nasty shock when Ra or Ao Kwang, sorry if I butcher that pronouncement, you know, when they pop their ulti on you, it's typically a pretty big damage, and you can usually see it coming, so pop it at the right time and you can send some serious damage back and heal yourself up, keep that sustain up. And also, she's got that long dash. I mean, it's really, really good for chasing down enemies. I mean, I really wish I hadn't done the auto item level, because, you know, I could have Spectre for crit and damage, and I mean, would have been deadly. Her her basic attacks do some pretty heavy damage, and that blade attack gets pretty strong near the end. If you're critting with that, you know, apply a 50% slow and then hit for pretty big. I know at the end I use my ulti and get almost 700 damage out of it, and that's speccing in pretty much defensive items for the most part. But you know, the last game I played Nemesis on, and I actually, if you saw that, got that raw ulti. That was nice. Sent it back at him. He healed it though. Wah wah. Let's see. Raw uses his blind. I do like Nemesis. The first game I played with her, I did really shitty, and I wasn't too happy about it. But this game, I did not too bad. To get the assist on that. We're just kind of trying to push up here. I'm looking for an opening to try and get in there. Again, it's all about, very much in this game about the flow. I mean, you don't want to push too far ahead. You'll just get annihilated. So that was kind of a useless bubble. I tried to make the most of it. Trying to get this raw, but my cooldowns are not quite there. I thought maybe I could get him, but then the Hercules comes up and helps him out. Definitely, I could have. I think Raw was on a couple cooldowns, and I definitely could have gotten him if that Hercules hadn't shown up. But as you can see, the auto level is just kind of putting it in protection right now, which is I didn't bubble on that Raw beam, which I should have. And at a certain point, I think I try and bait the Raw into doing something. So just a quick exchange with that Kali there. Got some minions coming. Minions are very interesting in this game. I find a lot of the time, especially early game, and I know this is pretty common knowledge, but some people seem to forget it when I'm playing with them. And here's Kali's ulti again. I bubble here. I hit something, hit me, and I got something back from it, I think. But the minions, early game, a lot of people seem, in Assault at least, to want to really push forward and go for the gods, but if you know, if you get ganked in the first couple minutes, it sets you back about a minute, and that's a lot of minions that you're not killing. I bubbled that raw there, that raw ulti. Trying to chase down this Scylla, don't quite get it, and actually get kind of surrounded, so I decided to make my way out. Use my active sprint. Again, here is just kind of an example. I'm coming up chasing that Thor, hit him with the slow. He's trying to get away, get him with the sprint, get in front of him. Just putting some good stuff on him. I almost die here. I knew I could get him if I just, yeah. So I quickly popped a bubble to make sure that I didn't get hit with anything unsavory, and then, you know, the team helps and we chase him down. But minions, in the early game, I mean, this is pretty common knowledge, I think, but a lot of people seem to ignore it in Assault, and I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm getting sidetracked very easily. But don't focus so much on trying to gank gods. I mean, it's... wait till about... I usually try and wait till about 13, 14 before I kind of start actually trying to go for stuff, unless it's right in front of me. Taking down minions and getting those levels, getting a level advantage is really big. Getting a gold advantage is really big in the in putting you ahead for the late game. So I decided to pop my ulti there, knock him up. Kali uses her ulti, but unfortunately, I chase her down. But here's kind of what I was talking about. We're at the enemy god. We've got, I think we had all of our 5 in there. But then they spawn in a few of their team, and we get, you know, we have to pull back, we have to retreat. And by the time I spawn, I know I'm cutting it out, but the respawn timers get progressively longer, and near the end they go up to a full minute. So I don't know why I popped a bubble there. I think that was actually a mistake. But no, we get in there. I get the assist on that Scylla. Use my ulti on Raw. I'm trying to hunt him down. I'm gonna sprint after him. It was kind of a bad idea. I end up getting him, but I am in the middle. I have to run all the way back through, and I get CC'd and killed. So even though I chased down the Raw, probably wasn't worth it. Here I'm just kind of checking out what I've got. I think this is actually the final push before we win the game. Spoilers. But let's be honest, why would I upload a game where I lose? I don't think anybody would do that. But just kind of trying to get in there really quick before the enemy spawns. It's also a really good idea, in Assault at least, to keep an eye on the spawn timers in the upper corners to kind of tell whether or not you should push. Because if you can tell you've got a spawn advantage, as I like to say, I don't know if that's an actual thing. I reflect that back on Scylla, by the way. Nice bubble. Love that bubble. I kind of get caught. Managed to dash out of there. But if you look up in the corner and you see that 3 of the enemy team have 40 seconds, 30 seconds to spawn, and you've got 4 guys and your next guy's coming out in 5 seconds, that's a good time to push. Because they're not going to have anybody out on the... They're not going to have, you know, full force on the field. And if you notice the opposite, where most of your team is dead... I think I told somebody earlier in the game, I typed to them, I said wait, because they had 4, I think it was either 4 or 5 members of their team outside of our Phoenix, and a guy was trying to run down middle while they had 4 of them kind of running up there. So I'm trying to chase down this Scylla, hit her with the ulti, doesn't quite do enough damage, but she's pretty weak. I debuffed her, get the kill, dash out of there before the Titan can kill me. Again, I mean, she's just so mobile, and then this hell helps me out. Trying to take down that Thor, and I think at this point we destroy the Titan. So pretty decent game, 10-7 with Nemesis. I was just kind of trying to learn, throwing up a GG at the end there. Always got to throw up the GG. Unless it wasn't a GG, then you throw up the BG. But anyway, that's kind of my first video on Smite. My first kind of talking over the video. Enjoy this little comedy routine they have going on in the back there. I always like these at the end. They're pretty cute. But anyway, that's the first video for Smite, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll probably be making a few more of these, and yeah, thanks for watching. Comment what you think was good, what you think I could do better on, and I'll see you all later. Bye.